I want to touch real quick. I don't do a whole lot of talking about mindset, but I do want to talk to you guys real quick about understanding that this is not a get rich quick. This is not an overnight success thing. This is something that will develop over time. Even people that have been trading for years and years and years, you'll still see them developing as a trader. Um, and I don't want anybody to feel like, oh man, I hit it. And you had a couple of the hits on a trade, and now, you think you're a master trader. That's not how it works. Please use proper risk management. Please don't overexpose yourself to the market. Please make sure that you're sticking to your checklist and that no matter what, you're still following basic market structure. When I say basic market structure, I mean trading in trend, finding your support and your resistance levels, and trading at those key levels. So today, and I'm just blessed to randomly throw up this chart. Today, I want to go over imbalances. In order for you to have any thriving economy, you have to have buyers, you have to have sellers. You cannot have more buyers than you have a product, or else you'll go out of business, right? If you buy up all of my inventory and I don't have anything else left to sell, then that's it, right? I cannot have things to sell and no buyers, or I'm still going to go out of business because the inventory is just going to sit there. If you take that same concept to the market, you will understand imbalances a lot better. You have to have buyers and you have to have sellers, okay? So look at it from the standpoint of imports and exports. Our country will import a lot of stuff from, let's say, China. We cannot import more product than we push out, than we export. There has to be a nice balance between the two of them. The same holds true in the market. In the market, we have buyers, we have sellers. Our buyers, if you are brand new, our buyers are when the market is being pushed up. Our sellers are shown when the market pushes down. This is a buy candle. This is a sell candle. Buy candle, sell candle. When I see that the market is imbalanced, meaning there are too many buyers and not enough sellers, or vice versa, that's an aha moment for me, because I'm like, the market's got to come back and balance this thing out. I know when something is imbalanced when there's a gap left. Imbalances are made when there are 3 candles and that middle candle is so much larger that it leaves a gap between the outside candles. If I were to put a rectangle here, you'll see it. From here to there, there's an imbalance right there. I know that there's an imbalance because this candle did not come down here. This candle, or its wick for that matter, did not come down here and even itself out with the candle that was on the outside. If it did, then you would have a balanced candle here, a balanced market. Okay? I will show you what I mean. You see how this little guy, the top of this is even with the top of this wick. Let me blow it up so you can see it. This bottom out of this candle, if I go over to the left, lines up pretty much with this wick right here. This little area is balanced. Imbalances happen in threes. If I come right here, do you see where this wick is? And this candle is all the way up here. This candle did not come down here to balance this candle out. There are too many buyers right here. So the market is going to come down with the sellers to balance it out, because remember, you have to have buyers and sellers to balance things out. This whole little area is imbalanced. Now, Here is what I know. There is money in the market. When price comes to these key levels, there is money. These are areas of liquidity. So here is what will happen. The market makers can push this market up and up and up and up. But at some point in time, the sellers are going to come down and get that and balance the market out. And they're going to come down here to this imbalanced area. And they're going to also get that money and balance the market out. We see it happening all of the time. And there are people that only trade imbalances in the market. Now, I personally like imbalances on the higher time frame. When you're looking at the smaller time frames, well, let me say this, you'll find imbalances on every single time frame, but I like to find imbalances on the higher time frame. If you look right here, from here to there, that was an imbalanced area. I had a wick here and a wick down here. This thing went over and over and over and over. If they brought that market right back up and filled that imbalance. If you go back test this, you'll see it. This was an imbalanced area here. This candle filled that imbalance right there, came back and retested this area right here. You keep on going back, you will find, like I said, you'll find imbalances on every single time frame with every, look at this beauty. Oh my gosh. If you all don't see this one, I'm doing something wrong. Do you see how this wick is all the way up in the sky and this one is all the way down here? I'm going to move you here. This was balanced here to here. Look, the market came down, came into this area, came back down, but eventually filled the area. Because in order to have an economy, and this is why, it's not that they're just like, oh, let's go back and fill it. No, it's balancing an economy out. So you can't have more of one than another, or else the economy is not gonna, so it has to balance itself out. So this week, I would love for you all to just go through the market and find these areas of imbalance, mark them. Now, here's what you want to do. You don't want to just mark it like that. What you want to do is you want to pull it over. Look at that. This imbalance happened April 14th. The market did not feel this imbalance until May 13th. Almost a complete month later. But this goes to show you how valuable it is to spot these imbalances in the market, because this wick took all of this, but this was pushed all the way up just to fill that imbalance. Does anybody not understand imbalances? This was imbalanced. This filled it here. It made it here. The market went all the way up, came all the way down to fill it. Does anybody not understand imbalances? Yes or no? Before I move on and tell you how to take advantage of it.
I'm sorry, I still don't understand it.
Okay, tell me what you do understand. Okay. Let's go. You said you don't understand. You don't understand any of it. Is that what I understand? You said
any of it. Any of it. It's not clicking.
How long have you been trading? How long have you been trading, sweetie?
This is my first week in Forex.
Oh, that's why.
First week.
Why?
Yeah, she's going through the whole program, I think, right now. So yeah, she may not understand it, but she will.
Yeah, that's why. Don't beat yourself up. This is something. So Saturday Basics is for people that are kind of in, and I'll go through some basic stuff, so don't worry about it. I will explain this concept, and you'll revisit this, and then you're like, that's what that lady was talking about. So I'll say it again. Have you ever gone to a store and they were out of something?
Yes. Yes.
Did you go back to that store to see if they had it in?
If I desperately need it, yeah.
You desperately need it, yeah. There's curry paste I absolutely love. I love Indian food. I found the best curry paste ever. And my local Schnucks was out of it when I went. Guess what I did? I waited a while and I went back because so many people had bought it up, right? I went back to see if they were selling it again, right? Yes, no, maybe so. Girl, you gotta unmute. We're having a conversation.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm at work. I'm at work, sorry.
So imagine that that the market are people. Like this person is buying, this person is selling. So my blue are buyers, my pink are my sellers, okay? So let's just say these people bought up everything. They bought it all up. And so now it's like the sellers have to come back to that spot. Like I have to go back to that Schnucks. They went back. So do you see this gap right here? Do you see this wick? Right here. See this wick right there?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Do you see this wick right here?
I do, yes.
There's nothing right there. This candle is in the middle, but these two need to have a connection here to there. They need to have a connection. There is no connection. There's a gap right here. However, the market came down, made people think that this was going to be where it was going to connect, but it came all the way down almost perfectly right there. This line where the gap first started. So you have to wait until the 3 candles are formed to see whether or not it's going to be an imbalanced candle in the middle. The imbalanced candle will always be the middle candle. And one telltale sign of seeing if there's going to be an imbalance is if you just have an out of place like green thumb candle. Like, where did this big giant of a candle come from? Like all my kids are short, and then all of a sudden, like all of my people are short in my family. And then all of a sudden I have a kid that's 6'4". Like, wait a minute, something is wrong here. This is not normal, because everything else, so your eyes will begin to look in the market and you see the little baby right there, and then you've got this giant long candle, and then so my eyes will automatically go to what I see when I see these long candles, and my brain automatically says, okay, is it imbalanced? And has the imbalance been filled? There's a gap between here, the outside sandwiches. This is the bread. There's an imbalance right here. This is the meat. This is the bread. It's not touching. So I will put a rectangular shape on here and drag this out, because what a lot of people will end up doing, they'll say, oh, this isn't filled yet. But if you put this rectangle on here like I just did and then drag it out, you'll be able to see, oh yeah, it was filled. Let me go on to something else. Now, there is an indicator on here. This is my suggestion to you guys, that you all go in the market this week and just look for imbalanced areas. This wick did not meet that wick. That's an imbalance. I'll put a rectangle on there. Boom, boom, and drag it out. Has it been filled? Yes, it has. It filled over here. Okay. This was an imbalance from here to here. I can see that this was filled. You know, this was an imbalance we picked out already. Has it been filled? Yes, it has. It was filled with this candle right here. I'll put that rectangle on there just so you can see this wick to that wick. The outside candles are where you want to go with it, from here to here. Has it been filled? Yes, it was filled here. So you can go through the market. I don't care what you pick. You're going to find some imbalances on every time frame. I personally like the 30-minute to the 4-hour imbalances. I can do a 15-minute, but I do like that. This was an imbalanced candle at one point. From here to there, it filled it here. This candle came all the way down and almost perfectly filled that imbalance. Hopefully that helped you out. If not, don't worry about it, sweetheart. We'll go through these, more and more and more, and you'll get used to it. But first you have to learn just, simple price action. Conceptually, I need you just to understand, it has to balance itself out in the market. You can't have way more this than that, or vice versa. It has to kind of even itself out between the buyers and the sellers. Do I have any other questions about how to find imbalances and what they look like?
So I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So is it supposed to be every third candle, or it could just be any candle?
It's a set of 3.
Okay.
So I'm looking at these outside candles. That's what's letting me know that this is an imbalanced area, because these sellers need to come back and kiss these buyers. It has to even itself out. If not, there's a gap in the market right here where this wick did not come and marry that wick. So this little area in the middle, that's the imbalanced area where you don't have buyers and sellers that came and matched wicks with each other. So what did the sellers do? They let the buyers buy on up, but then the sellers came right back down to balance that area out. So imbalances are met by the power of 3. The Trinity, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 3. Uno, dos, tres. 3. If I spoke French, un, deux, tres. I don't know if I said it right. I may have. I don't know. But 3. I need you to know 3. Okay? Are we good on that?
Okay, I actually perfectly understand that because I was actually trying to learn imbalances while I was still in IM, but like the way the educators that were explaining it made it so confusing that I completely just stopped. But after listening to you for 15 minutes, I completely understand imbalances.
I'm gonna put this on the net.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on the tube. All right, so yes, 1, 2, 3. So I have this thing of, I want you to know how to do it, and then I want to make it even easier. I need you guys to really adopt that kind of a way. Like, I know how to do it myself, but if I choose not to, it's not because I don't know how. It's just because I just found an easier way. There is an imbalance indicator on here. Go to FX. 2 of them I'm going to use. Imbalance by Wolf Trader, and then TA Imbalance by Traveling whoever down there. Notice what happened. All of my imbalanced candles are now white. See that? Boom, white. Yes, no, maybe so. This is showing you what candles are imbalanced. Here is the issue with this. It doesn't go back to its original color after the imbalance has been filled. So you still have to be able to look to see, okay, has this been filled? Because this is still going to stay white. Now, the second indicator, I can't change the color of it, although I have tried. I can't change the color of it. It gives you the imbalanced area. It draws the little rectangle for you. Just like I was drawing my yellow one, it draws it for you. It's here to here. Now, here's what I don't like. You can't stretch this out any further than what it is. So here's what I do. I'll put my own rectangle on top of it, and then I'll stretch that puppy out. This imbalance has been filled. So this is no longer an area of interest for me. I want to go and find these areas that have not been filled yet. Now, another thing that I start looking for, just the obvious, what's at the top and what's at the bottom, because I see, okay, this is an imbalanced area. I've got a lot of dark space right there. So this would be an area that I would take a look at right here. And if I drag this all the way over, I'm going to see that this has been filled. The cool thing about the rectangle, you can't like draw a crooked rectangle. It's going to go straight across. So if it's been filled, you can't make a diagonal where it's like, oh, I thought it was. No, this has been filled right here. This imbalance happened May 9th. It was filled June 10th. That's how serious the market is about making sure these imbalances are filled. Okay? So how do you trade imbalances?